In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a scalp massage to grow your edges back fast in only 3 steps. 3 steps. So in this video, I'm going to go in depth in exactly how to do the scalp massage, what products you should use, how often you should use it, everything you need to know, because the way you massage your edges is not necessarily how you massage the rest of your hair. So I'm going to go in depth if you've been having any issues with your edges, or you're just trying to grow your edges back, trying to maintain them or make them fuller or thicker. This is the video for you. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week, every single week on Wednesdays and Sundays, all about growing long, healthy hair. Occasionally, I post a bonus video on Friday, so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into the scalp massage. Okay, so the first thing you need is the perfect oil. Now, my perfect oil mix is just 1 or 2 carrier oils with 2 or 3 essential oils. My favorite essential oils are rosemary oil, tea tree oil, and peppermint oil. My favorite oil recently has been moringa oil. Now you can purchase moringa oil online, but you can also make your own moringa oil, and this is the oil we'll be using today. As you can see, it's almost finished. Let's just go into a little demo on how to make this moringa oil, and then we'll be back for the application. So I'm starting with this olive oil. It is by Clover. Olive Pride is the name. It is extra virgin olive oil. You want to make sure you use a good quality olive oil. Don't use an olive oil blend, anything that mixed with any other oils. Just use pure olive oil or whatever other oil you want to use, like almond oil, macadamia nut oil, avocado oil, as long as it's a pure oil. This is the oil I had on hand at this point, so this is what I'm using. The best way to tell if you have good quality olive oil is if you are using an olive oil that looks very yellow or green. That's why it is called liquid gold. I'm using about half a cup of this, which makes about a full bottle of oil. So if you don't want to make this much, you can use a quarter cup and you'd still get a pretty good amount. And I'm using this plastic jug simply because it's clear and you can see through. Ordinary, I'd use something metal or glass. So now I'm using this moringa powder. As you can see, it looks super healthy. It is very green, and this is 100% moringa. It is not mixed with anything else. And I will be putting 2 semi-heaped teaspoons of moringa into this oil. So of course, if you're using a quarter cup of oil, you can only do 1 teaspoon. It is actually very affordable because you need very little. It is super potent whether you ingest it or use it in your hair. So now you want to make sure that you mix it very, very thoroughly. You don't want any like bubbles that have like a little bit of powder on the inside. You want to make sure everything is nicely mixed and incorporated, and this is at room temperature, but we will be heating it up, which is why I say if you're doing this at home, I'd suggest you use something metal or glass, something like Pyrex, so it doesn't break if you heat it up. That would be the best, but this was the best container I could find to show you guys on camera, which is why I'm using plastic. And now I'm using a pot and I'm pouring in hot water. I boiled this water and then I let it cool down for 10 minutes. So as you can see, it's still very hot. It has steam, and we are going to be putting the moringa into this. You do not want to do this on the stove because it's going to heat up your oil. You don't want to do this in the microwave because it's going to kill all the nutrients and there'll literally be no point in doing this. So you just want it to heat up, and after it's sat in for a few minutes, you can see that it even starts to lighten up and you can see the oil separating a little bit. So once it gets very light, you just want to mix it up again, and then I left this to just sit until the water completely cooled. And once the water was completely cooled, I took the jug out of the water and I let it sit overnight to infuse, and this is what I was left with. Everything sank to the bottom, and then all I was left with was the highly infused oil, and you'll be able to tell that this actually worked because your oil will be green. So now I'm just using this Do Grow bottle. There's already a little bit of olive oil in there. The oil already finished, and I didn't want to get a new bottle. I don't want to waste plastic, so I decided to use the same bottle, and I just added to the olive oil that was already in there. That is the moringa oil. You can see it is super green. And now I'm just going to be adding a few of my essential oils to this moringa oil. And I love to put oils on my scalp, and I love to get the benefits of other oils as well. So I am putting in a couple drops of tea tree oil, about 10 drops since this is a full bottle. And now I'm using peppermint oil. So I'm putting about 2 droppers full, which is about 15 drops of peppermint oil. Then you just want to shake it up and your oil is basically done. So as you saw, that is exactly how I make my moringa oil. I do have a full detailed video where I got that little clip from, so you can can check that video out if you want to know more of the benefits, but I will go into that a little bit during the application process. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have moringa oil, you don't have to use it. You can just use any carrier oil you want, like olive oil or almond oil, macadamia oil, whatever oil works really well for you, you can use that. And then you can go ahead and add the essential oils into that, because the essential oils are definitely very necessary in my opinion if you're trying to grow your hair fast. So let's get into the application and how to do the scalp massage. Okay, so for this second tip, there's two ways to do the application. I usually don't section my edges off, but I will do it just for you in this video so you can actually see what I'm doing. Please excuse the light changing. So I'm just going to section off my edges. And when I say edges, I'm referring to my entire hairline, not just my baby hair, because some people don't actually have baby hair. I refer to my edges as this, all the hair that's in the first inch to 2 inches of hair. If my hair was damaged past here, I would section off even that, but this is enough for me. So I'm just going to clip up the hair I am not massaging, just so it doesn't get in the way. And I'll do the same on this side. Now, if you just came from my other video, then welcome. If not, I did just post another updated video on how to grow longer, fuller edges back fast, or just how to maintain them. The same tips will apply. I will link that video at the end of this one so you can go check it out. Okay, so now we're just working with the hair in the front. If you can see, I sort of have thinner hair in this section, just this little gap here. I think it's just the shape of my hairline, honestly, because my hair goes like that and then like that. If my hair was a straight line here, which is very rare that people have straight hairlines like that, then I guess it would be full. So I don't think this is really going to thicken up. I think it's just the shape of my hairline. It's exactly the same on this side. It's slightly thinner and I think a little bit shorter right here. It's just the shape of my hairline. So you can see that's the length there. My hair is always longer here. It's just the way it is. So, tip 2 is application. There's 2 different types of application. One is for probably the first day when you wash your hair, and then the rest of them are for when you're just doing the scalp massages through the rest of the week. So the first application is when I put enough on the scalp, which is what I do on my wash day. You want to actually squeeze the oil onto your scalp. And just rub it in. Then I do the same in the front. And just rub it in. By the way, the reason I put this moringa oil is because this is the oil that has shown my hair the most change so far. Like even everyone else who sees me on a regular basis has started to notice the change in my hair. I do have a whole video on everything I changed in my routine. It's not just the oil. It's never just one thing. But this has definitely added to it as well. I've been using this oil for the past 2, almost 3 months. And it's shown me the most change. Okay, so that's how I apply one side. This is how I'd apply like on my wash day. Now, if it's not your wash day and you're just doing your scalp massage, because I recommend you do scalp massages 4 to 5 times a week. So if this is another day where you feel like your scalp may not be dry, as you can see, my scalp is not dry at all. I think it's been 2 days. It's been 2 days since I last did a scalp massage and oiled my scalp. So what I would do is, if I don't want to go like that, I would just go ahead and put some on my fingertips, like so, because you don't want to make your scalp too oily. And then you just go ahead and touch your scalp. Literally those little 3 drops will be enough, and that will get enough oil on your scalp for you to proceed and do the scalp massage. So that was the application. Now it's time for the massage. So this is how I recommend you start your scalp massage on your edges. This is the first way I recommend, purely because our hair is very fragile on our edges, and if your edges are already damaged, you want to be extra careful. So this is how I recommend you start your massage. Imagine you're putting on a lot of gel, or if you've ever had relaxed hair, when you're putting a relaxer on your hairline, except using your fingers, you want to go, let me get closer, like this. Please mind my nails. I didn't want any nail polish going in my hair because I know I'm going to be doing stuff to it, washing it and all. So very gentle. You will go around your hairline like so. This is so relaxing as well. Moringa contains vitamins A, vitamin B, vitamin C. These ingredients help nourish and strengthen the hair, and they also promote hair growth. It has 90 different nutrients and 46 different antioxidants, which are vital for hair growth. It is also a superfood. If I didn't mention this, I don't think I did. I also eat moringa. I put moringa in my yogurt every morning. It also contains a very high amount of fatty acids in the form of oleic acid, which is like what's in olive oil, but it's such a high percentage that it is amazing, amazing for hair growth. The other way that it strengthens hair is it boosts keratin production because of all the antioxidants. It also moisturizes the scalp, which is amazing for your edges, because if you have dandruff near your scalp on your edges and you're scratching, your hair is already so fragile there, it can easily come out and get damaged if you do that. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm looking like I'm starting to almost sweat. That's how you know the scalp massage is working. The antioxidants, similarly to rice water, because they fight free radicals, it also helps maintain your hair's natural color and prevent premature graying. So I have done enough of this kind of massaging now. As you can see, it is very gentle. Now we are going to go into the massaging in circular motions without rubbing on the hair. You never want to do this. I'm going to go close to the mic so you can hear the sound. You never want to hear that sound when you're massaging your edges. What you want to do is I'm going to part it here so you can see what I'm doing. You put your finger on your scalp. You're going to be moving your scalp, not your finger, if that makes sense. You're not rubbing the finger in circular motions like this. You are putting the finger flat on your scalp and then moving it around. So it's like your scalp is moving. Your fingers are moving your scalp in a circular motion, not moving your fingers like that. That's going to cause tangling. It's going to cause excessive shedding and breakage and damage. And if you have damaged follicles, it can make it worse. So you don't want to do that. So now I'm going to do that all over my hairline, in between the hairs, and also just right on the edge. So now let's talk about one of my favorite essential oils, and this is peppermint oil. So peppermint oil stimulates hair growth by creating a tingling sensation on your scalp, and this promotes blood flow to your scalp, because that tingling sensation will send a signal to your body that there's something happening. So we need to send some extra blood there. That will take extra oxygen and nutrients. Also, a test in mice showed that the number of follicles that were seen on the scalp in mice actually increased after using peppermint oil on them. So that is something that is very, very vital to know, because for us, we can't really increase our follicles, but it can definitely wake up dead follicles and maybe follicles that have just been dormant and start to produce more hair, aka your hairline is going to get fuller and thicker. And it's just going to look so amazing. The next thing is rosemary oil. Now, I don't know if I put any rosemary oil in the demo, but I definitely added rosemary oil to the bottle. Rosemary oil also stimulates hair growth, and it has a similar, if not better, hair growth rate than this drug called minoxidil. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but this is something that lots of dermatologists recommend to their patients when they are experiencing early balding or just hair loss, maybe due to pregnancy or hormonal changes, anything like that. Usually they will prescribe something like this, and I've heard a lot of dermatologists, and I've seen scientific research. If I find the article, I'll link it in the description box below, where they say that rosemary has actually proven to be just as effective or even more effective than this drug, because it's also similarly to peppermint oil, it sends blood flow to your scalp, but it just really strengthens your follicle and really aids and improves your hair growth and boosts the hair growth. The last oil I put is tea tree oil, and tea tree oil works perfectly because it actually has some similar effects to moringa oil, which is that it is antibacterial, it is antimicrobial, which means it's going to help with the production or stopping the production of any kinds of bacteria and dandruff on your scalp. It also gives a nice little cooling sensation, and it cleans your scalp, which means your hair is going to be in the perfect environment to grow. That was quite a long enough scalp massage. I doubt you can see it, but my face is getting a little red, and you can see that my foundation is starting to melt a little bit. That's because my whole face is hot, okay? So when you start to feel like your face is hot, I can also feel the tingling sensation around my hairline. Once you feel that, you know that your scalp massage is done. Now, I always recommend that you start with either the rest of your hair and then go to your edges, or start with your edges and then go to the rest of the hair, because why waste time? Why only do my edges, or why only do my hair? I always massage all my hair at once. But if your edges are really a problem area and you want to focus on them, because maybe you do some days you do your entire head and other days you just want to massage your edges, hopefully this video will help you and you actually get thick full edges, because the edges are right in front of your head. Everybody wants a nice beautiful hairline. If you want more videos on edges, on hair growth, on this braid out, whatever you want, let me know in the comment section below. Hit my face right there if you did it in the beginning, and hit the bell so you get notifications whenever I post new videos. Watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen right here if you'd like to see any of my older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.